So the next area to attend to are the simple back bends that are very safe and they strengthen the core. But really what we need to learn is how to use the feet, because the feet are the beginning of the core. So in the Vijnana practice, we try to learn to bring the big toes forward. So it looks like this. And spread out the toes so they don't touch each other. And then we're bringing the inner arches of the feet together, which is different to closing the ankles, so closing the heels. That's not what we're doing so much. It's really pressing the ankles close, and these parts of the feet slowly come together. So this is the foot position that we're working with in many poses, and you'll see that the foot ends up with lots of clear arches which give it a lot of lift, and the lift continues up into the body, including pelvic floor, stomach, muscles, etc. So that's the foot we're going to be using, and you'll see it happening when we go into the simple back bends. So for these practices, we're going to use the diagonal structure that we used just before in the Vasishtas. So we lie on the belly very relaxed. The main thing in this practice is to not overuse the hips or the glutes. So in a way they stay floppy, and you can actually check when your hands, the one that you're not using, to see if it's relaxed. So what we're doing, just like in the Vasishtas, is we're making one diagonal, for example this one, very, very heavy. So it's actually about releasing weight into the floor. That's half of the art of yoga, is releasing weight. Try and let that diagonal, right hand, left foot, be very heavy. And then the other diagonal is relatively lighter, and like a caterpillar, it comes in a little bit, and then we think about lengthening. So we're lengthening through that big toe that I showed you before, and the elbow is going to lengthen, and from the lengthening you get an effect of lifting, but you don't lift. If you lift, you lose the practice. So the practice inside yourself is lengthening. Really try to make the inner line of the leg as long as possible. What you'll notice is that this gluteal is not used at all. It's soft. So we're using the inner thigh of the leg. And we can relax. Then we make that side that we've just lengthened, we make it heavy. And then we creep the lighter diagonal, and we lengthen through the big toe, feeling the strength come up the inner leg, and we lengthen through the elbow of the diagonal hand. You can see again, the glute is not used, so it's completely floppy. The inner leg is used, so this protects the lower back. And we're going for length, but we get an effect of incidental height. We'll try one more on the other side. And you can always pause the video in order to just practice this for even 10 minutes or so if you're learning. Heavy right hand, heavy left foot, creep like a caterpillar, and then lengthen through the big toe, through the elbow. Keep lengthening. It's a lot of work in the legs. You can probably see how much work through the condition of the foot mostly. Lowering that diagonal. Heavy diagonal now, left hand, right foot. The other diagonal is lighter. Creep it into the centre slightly before lengthening. It's just lengthening, and again, there's no activity in the buttock. And relaxing. So you can pause the video and just practice that for yourself. It can take a long time to perfect, but it's really worthwhile.